Monday, European one trading session. It's quite lengthy into it. This is an update from the analysis from this morning. And the setup that I was looking for to unfold in advance. Setup. I have to admit, I got in about this line, but I'm going to hold the TP. I'm going to hold the trade for a win or a loss. Now I just need to quickly set a stop loss on one of my positions. Yeah. Probably be okay about there. Maybe it's about there-ish. And that falls in on that line there. Just a bit below. Yeah. About here. That's where I want to stop. So we'll go for a 105. Oops, yeah. That'll do. And we'll go for the whole shebang. So I think I actually get funded again if I win this trade. I'm not sure. Let me just have a look. No. Oh, no, I don't. I've got a phase 1, no, a phase 2, and a, yeah, no, so nothing's gonna happen if I win or lose this, so it's kind of irrelevant what, well, I mean, you're one step closer to a certain result, but, yeah, so you want to stop, take profit about there, and then you want this, and about there. Okay. So bear in mind what I'm actually doing right now is just putting my stop losses in the right place because I've got a few accounts. Have I actually even set a stop loss for this? Okay, now where is? Yeah, so I haven't actually set a stop loss for this. Okay. So I want to risk about that. Yeah. And TP. There we go. So we should actually be in like down here, but you know, I was a bit sloppy with that. I can't lie, and I've been sloppy the past. It's better. It's on the incline. So next time this will not happen. Because last time we missed the fucking trade. So yeah, you're gonna have ups and downs in your journey, you know. But yeah. Just taking into account spread. You don't want it there. You want it about at least. You want your stop at least about here. Yeah, about there-ish. So the actual TP is here, which I'm not sure. I might just, you know, instead of, excuse me, bloody hell, instead of what's euro doing? Good, we haven't missed anything on that. Yeah, we haven't missed anything on this either, so that's fine. Hang on, let me just quickly check something. I mean, relative to the weekly chart, it doesn't look like the way that participants intend to trade over weekly time periods, that naturally contributing to the way the Atlan push to the downside setup is done pushing, to be fair. 3 day, neither does this look done, but like, yeah, 2 day, yeah, it doesn't look done really, but then you drop to the daily, yeah, it got like a wick reject right at the lows, at the lows of an Atlan push. 12 hour, you got this bar close right at the very lows. That looks good for this, the way that participants are traded, like over the duration of each bar comprised within the consecutive downtrend over 12-hour time periods can just continuously, like one time period after the other, facilitating a downward push. And then where participants had started to trade the underlying product in this way whilst they had already previously maintained a certain size intent for such a long period of time relative to the bar count, which is also compared to, like, relative to past trends, it would suggest that this push is ready to retrace at least to this region, which I've got marked on the other chart. I've got to breathe in like that. It's not because I'm like, I mean, it is somewhat that I'm stressed, but it's also partly because my nose is blocked, so I can't breathe properly. And then when I trying to take these deep breaths with my trading, yeah. Anyway, I've already went over how the 12-hour chart was set up in a bit more of an articulated fashion on my YouTube, so bear in mind if I'm not articulating it that well real time. I'm not, well, in fact, not real time, but like in this current moment. But you can just see, like, after how many bars have been consecutively pushing lower and how many bars it's comprised within this consecutive push lower compared to previous trends, it's like overextended. The amount of time that market participants maintain this intent for, certain sides intent for, it was overextended. And then at the very lows here, participants bought up a little bit, showing some signs of intent wearing thin, especially holding more contextual relevance based on how many bars had already pushed lower. I assume this probably occurred near the end, and then anyway, how this bar formed, like, adding to the configuration of the overall bars comprised within the Atan push, and how participants are traded, like, in this area after previously participants had traded in the way that set up the push that unfolded in this way, being overextended, and then at the very lows, participants trading in this way suggested that the intent market participants possess that directly represent the intent participants held of perceiving the worth of the underlying products at best bid and offered, or rather perceiving the worth of the contracts placed at the prices that were best bid and offered over 12-hour durations, and primarily pairing up with the bid over that 12-hour time duration was coming to an end at this region based on how participants had traded like, and it kind of and how they had traded like and set the push up as of this bar. It looked good for the market to potentially retrace. just based on where participants had traded this way after like how many bars had been primarily pushing lower, because like people don't do the same thing over and over and over again, and it just made sense as of this bar how and as of how participants trade like over this bar and contributed to how this bar formed amongst this like as like right after like the push had been overextended to the downside regarding the intent like it's extended. It didn't look like participants would continue were um it didn't look like the way they traded and set this push up, it suggested that they were no longer willing to continue trading lower, right? And so therefore it's likely to just retrace, right? Now the markets don't retrace to about here relative to the initial time frame push. They retrace to a good portion of the range, at least this region, right? Anyway, dropping down to further time frames, I mean, I guess you could go to the 9-hour chart perspective. So with the 12-hour setup the way it was, and then like the 9-hour setup the way it was, you know, it still had, it just knew in its knew in its push. The daily, like how it was set up, and then how the 12-hour was set up, it suggested that yeah, okay, there could be a bit of a retrace to the upside and halt with intent primarily pushing to the downside, like as of now. The 8-hour also too, but yeah, it's kind of sat right at the highs of this push. You don't really want to buy yet because it could easily retrace depending on how lower time frames are set up. That is proved here. So you look at this, you look at this, and then anyway, you just keep dropping down your time frames, and you see how the market's set up as a 7. So and then how would be most appropriate to see the 1-hour chart perspective set up like as of 7 in the morning, right? And how would be most appropriate set up to look for a setup would be to see, based on how the 12-hour set up, to see the market retrace to here and provide a reaction, right? Now it did. It provided a sufficient reaction relative to how the high time frames were set up, being right at the very lows of their push, and just look good to keep pushing higher, basically to retrace to better pricing. And yeah, our stop loss is about here, so it is okay of a stop loss, but yeah, anyway, so you get this nice reaction. It's okay, and hang on, what's this? Yeah, I've got no idea what that's applicable to. Presumably this day. Yeah, that's fine. And then you drop to the 15-minute, and then see as of the confirmation bar, how did the 15M bar that confirmed on the confirmation bar close like? Because if it's closed fine, then yeah, you can buy that basically. In this case, if hang on. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. If the 15M bar that closes as the 1-hour bar confirmation bar closes, sets up in a sufficient anatomic bar close, then yeah, you can also long that. But yeah, that's yep, that's the tree. But and I should have got in there, which is a fucking piss take, and then I would have had my stop about. So I'm still emulating as if like, because I mean, if we would still be in profit right here actually, but you need to add this entry is in fact 18, which is not much of a difference. And then my stop loss, if we just place a line emulating, because I can't drag it, so just yeah, whatever, pink. So that's here. You look to the left. Actually, no, use the crosshair. Yeah. So this is the blue. This is the initial low that you have available from the entry bar to place your stop loss at. You put your crosshair out there, or you just use a blue line, like, because I call it blue line. I sell method for this reason, and yeah, and then you look how the initial stop loss placement compares to price action to the left, right? Now, first of all, what I would be doing is measuring what 10 pips looks like. Okay, so definitely not 10 pips. Look at 20 pips, wouldn't want that either. And then look at 30 pips. Yeah, 30 pips is about what you would want to be looking for, but to be fair, you would kind of actually want it maybe down here, to be fair, actually. So I'm probably, oh, this is plastic. It's a good job it's a good job that because I've recently got a part-time job because I had too much time in my hands with like the space in between trades, and yeah, all I was doing in the time was just reinforcing my approach in past times, right? Which is work, but you're not getting paid for that, right? And it's like I'm not at a level where like I'm making that much. Like I could work a job in the UK and Aldi and basically in essence be guaranteed a 6% gain on a $50,000, including the 80% payout split, return every single month. In fact, it's probably a little bit more, changing it to pounds and that, and still be able to do what I'm doing now. Like I've got that job, right, and then funnel all that money in there because I don't do anything else, right? And anyway, I'm looking to go for higher capital, like add to my capital that I've got initially already, and yeah. But this isn't. To be fair, this is just complete ramble because, like, I mean, it looks like it's being bid up, but like, oh God, I could just. Whilst I've got the chance, I think I might honestly like, because like this just doesn't look right, you know. Like it looks like you would kind of want your stop loss about here, and whilst I've got the opportunity to place it there, you know, so you'd want something like this, and then your target would be about here. If you just do this, yeah, so you got this, and then you place it maybe like halfway here. Yeah, you'd kind of want something like that actually. Just based on the situation at hand, relative to how the market had been auctioning here. I mean, look how like, yeah. But then look at this. It's like, so I'm right at my break-even point. You know, I think I'm gonna go for that stop loss size. So, but then if we just assimilate how we are actually entered in, how the market is set up here, if we were entering here, to be fair, we'd probably want to just keep the stop loss where it is. I can't lie, which is about here. Because that was my break-even point where my thing is here. So if I just shift this on over 09, yeah, because we entered about there, but we should have been in fucking there, and then I've got a TP here, like, so this is quite a sloppy trade to be fair actually, but based on this, right, if based on this, we would initially, we would probably stop at least about, I would probably stick it about there relative to this. So like this is the initial position, so I'm just gonna put this one in too, and basically at the end of the day, right, these accounts that I'm trading with here, I'll just be real, right? So I've got 4 on the go currently. One 10k funded, one 50k funded, which I last got, and one 50k phase 2, and then one 25k phase 1. So I've had these for absolutely ages too. So like, and I plan to get 100k on my paycheck next, which I'm very in fact no, I am very fortunate to have the job that I do work on the side too, which I can trade the afternoon, I can trade the morning. I mean, I can trade the morning this whole week. So, and I'm guaranteed that paycheck, and it's pretty damn good considering I'm 19, and I live at home. I'd got no expenses apart from this. Pay my mum a little bit, but most of it just goes into my pocket. So, the accounts I've got now, I don't care. I can blow them, and then the next 100k I get, like out of like I mean, if whatever happens, if I blow it, which I mean, I don't think I will. But if I keep making mistakes like this, I fucking will. So I can't do that. I've got to write something in my notes today about this. But yeah. Worst case scenario is I blow it and just get I just I go again basically. But like if you just assess like where this entry formed the way it did, right? And then you look at like, so your initial stop loss placement would be here. So just focus on this position and my crosshair, right? So I entered up here. My initial stop loss placement would be there. You compare that to price action to the left. You're probably wanting to go about this region, which is where my stop loss is at. So like just oops, fuck's sake. So it's like below this region, like this is like a key area of resistance, right? I'm just gonna mark this up. So it's like from this region right here, right? This whole region really, to be fair. So you want your stop. So I may as well. So the initial stop loss placement, right, would be about here, right? In fact, no, it would probably be at this low, right? Because that's reasonable. So that is the initial stop loss placement. So I'm saying this in advance, right? And then that would result in a TP about this region, which is fantastic. But we may as well delete that because that's not the case because I got in late. But we would if we just draw this line to so about there. So if I just look at my main accounts, so we're on that one already. Our stop loss is at 20 on, so it's 20 here. Yeah. So well, there we go. So, and what loss is this? Okay, so we'll just put this to the actual loss, which is a 0.5% loss, which I'm okay with. That brings the stop loss to about here, which is fine. I accept that loss, actually. Right, so it's below that low. Yeah, it's below that green. It's below this bar's low. It's just about there. So it's at 304. Yeah, so it's at 304. So we'll bring it to 304. Oops. It's actually at 300 on my thing, but we'll just bring it up to 304. Alright, I'll just leave it at that. And then yeah, I do have it. To be fair, I'll probably just I don't even know. I'll probably just hold. To be fair, actually, I think I'll just honestly just hold. Just maybe it's just go about there. Yeah. So because I got such a shit entry. But yeah, it is what it is. And anyway, like what I was saying is these accounts are kind of just okay. Yeah, being funded 60k is decent, right? I mean, you make 2% of that. It's well, actually, it's not. Of course, you're not complaining, but I mean, $1,200. That you'd get 80% of that. That's like so 10% would be 120, 240, 240. Take away that. You're getting about $900. Put it in pounds, you're getting about 700 quid. Yeah, you make about 3 times that at 3, 7, 14, 20. Yeah, about 3 times that at the job I work at. Bit less, just a tiny bit less. So, and for the work that you put in to attain that skill set to be able to do that, it's bit of a stark contrast. Anyway, yeah, these accounts are kind of just play accounts in my brain. Like, I really couldn't give a shit what happens to them at all, because I mean, my next main accounts are my main accounts, which, like, yeah, I will be a bit like, I mean, I'm pissed even regardless if this was a 5k account and I had executed the way I have. I'm like, it's sloppy behavior. But in fact, if you just go on how the market's actually been auctioning like today, and you look at the volatility, so the volatility right here was like 100, and then as of here, it's actually quite low, to be fair. So maybe you would actually want to stop about. I don't know. Actually, I think it's perfect here. Yeah, I honestly think it's perfect the way where it is. Yeah, I really do, because I think it could easily come down about here, and it might actually just wick us out till it like to maybe come like about here and then fucking reverse. But if that's what happens, it is what it is, because like I said, I have to go through the whole rigmarole of phase one, phase two, etc. on my next account. So, um, yeah, like it is what it is. But I tell you what, I will actually do is I'm think because I've got the capital right now. I think I'm going to purchase an account right now. I'm saying this real time. And then hopefully I get the chance to enter here again. And then if I do get the chance to enter here again, I'll assimilate the position. So I better actually hurry up with transferring the money over. So if I just quickly do it. I will obviously cut the video when I'm purchasing the account, but yeah, so I better hurry up. So 1 sec. Okay, continue to your account. Now I guess I can purchase it on my funded FX. God. Yeah, I better hurry up. This would be pretty cool if I execute on this. So I think because what I plan to do is I plan to get another 50k and merge the two that I've got. But like, so I've got a 50k already, which yeah, I'm down 2% from that last Euro trade, which was so unlucky. Hang on, two step better be. Oh, okay. So the max you can get is 50k. All right. Let's see if there's any. Discount code. And I plan to merge the 250s and then buy another 100, but I probably won't be buying another 100 on this prop firm, because I mean if I get for actually no, I probably will, and then I might even just buy another 50k and then be 150,000 plus dollars funded. That's okay with me, and then I'll go to another prop firm because I'm currently 60k, and then if I get another 50k, and then I probably will pass that. But anyway, I need to stop waffling. I need to find active promotions, November. Oh my god. Oh well, 10% is better than no. Uh, November 10, verify. So that comes to $270, 270, 204, £215 I need to send over. Okay. And then if I just complete order, so I just need to check whether it's actually it, because I mean I'm going to be buying an account anyway soon, so I may as well just alright, so two-step phase 1 challenge DK, two-step phase 1 challenge 50k. Proceed to payment. Got it. Pay with card. Hopefully it bloody lets us. 8186 4209. And then this account that I've just purchased there is a real deal one. So it's like, I mean, well, I've just purchased it, but it didn't go through. Well, let's try again. Start challenge. Two-step. Accept. Accept. Okay, November 10. Verify. Right. Complete order. Two-step phase 1. Proceed to payment. Card number. Oops. And then, oh. Swear to God if it doesn't work. I've literally just sent the money. Okay, so got the account. So basically, if so, this is one of the real deal accounts, and yeah, I better just take a screenshot of the order details. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. So this is a real deal account, and I mean, I get a lump sum of money soon anyway, but so and I've already got some anyway, so we may as well just get it now, seeing as we've got a trade set up, which, you know, you determine the most probable direction that's likely to prevail over European amount trading session based on how all the time frames we consider as trends are set up and comprised of how market participants intend, like, making up whatever trends in play has been exhibiting, like, and how that intent to trade is, like, evolving, and how it's set up to, like, how it's structured the Atan push to be set up, like, in terms of is it likely to keep pushing, in terms of whether the way market participants' intent to trade has evolved, has set up the push to be set up prior to the most recent bar close to European and Monday trading session to be off the sort where it's likely to keep pushing, or in regards of either keep retracing. So for example, in this case, the way this 15-minute push is set up, it is set up to keep retracing. So there we go. $50,000 deposited to your account. So yeah, so it's like it's the atom push as of, so like so for example, if this next bar were if the to be next bar close was European and Monday trading session, how is the trend, or rather how is the intent to trade making up whatever trends in play comprised of consecutive bar closes unfolding in the way where over consecutive bars that market participants are trading in a similar way, and how is that intent to trade evolving, like in regards of how it's set up, the out time push to be set up, like in terms of is the market likely to keep retracing, in terms of like this, it just came off a trend to the downside that was well overextended in terms of the intent behind the trend compared to the previous trend relative to bar closures, and then the way participants traded, like here, even signs were shown here, but like the way market participants had traded, like in regards of the angle their intent to trade had facilitated the push to be pointed in. It still didn't look done, but signs were showing that intent was diminishing. Same with here, this wick rejection held more significance based on how participants had already previously traded, like over past durations. And then here, it suggested, yeah, okay, this trend's probably done. And then as of here, it's a retracement until it goes above here. And then however the push is structured, or an ensuing push could form, because like this push could go up and then it could come down, and aka be done from about here, come down, this trend lower could be done and then keep pushing up. However, whatever push or trend is in play comprised of consecutive bar closes closing in the same type of fashion, representative of market participants intent to trade being of the similar sort over consecutive time periods, being a trend on the 15M time duration off, where like over consecutive 15-minute time periods, market participants are trading in a similar way. And then what you're doing is measuring the strength of that intent and how it's likely to persist based on how bars close, like basically. And then, but anyway, in fact, if this push remains the same in play push, right, well, it's going to be a retracement until here. But if this push sets up in a fashion where it looks done here and it curves down, this trend is done, and then now this push, what will be coming to the downside, is a retracement until it goes below here. If, for example, it does trade below here, it then becomes an impulse, as when it retraces in the entirety of its previous pushes trend. What had unfolded as a result of the intent market participants possessed with regard to their will or conviction upon how they were perceiving the worthiness of the underlying products contracts placed at the price defined in the market over certain time periods consecutively. What facilitates a trend? So, and then you're doing that over multiple time periods. For example, the 4-day, right? If you're assessing the 4-day intent to trade, and however it's the push is set up to, if it's set up like, for example, as of this most recent bar close, like the way market participants had traded like over consecutive time periods, had set up the push to be set up like they did not set up the push in a fashion that was done pushing here. There's like it's just sloped straight for lower, and it's just like they keep pushing, right? But that would be relative to a 4-day time period. So that's what you're doing as of then, and then if like and then therefore the clear direction, what's supposed to prevail over the higher time frame, it invariably dictates the gravitational pull. I know that's just an absolute absurd thing to say, but like it's just a figure of speech to some degree, that like the primary like direction next step lower time frames on the 4-day are going to primarily ebb in, like the direction they're going to be like trickling in, right? But yeah, so regardless of what happens on my other accounts, if the market does come down here, I will be entering, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically you're assessing how each trend is set up as of a key time period and as of the most recent bar close prior to the bar or time duration that encapsulates the given day's key time period, time duration within the day, is set up like to continue pushing like as a result of the intent to trade behind whatever trends in play up to the most recent bar close. But anyway, yeah, so we are in on all our other accounts up here because we sloppily were late to the party. Now, I just want to... I sent a bit too much money to my bank and I'd like to put some back. Right. Right. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna sort this out one sec. 70.82. Continue. Yeah. Right. So that should... Yeah, there we go. It's updated. Nice. That's nice to see. So, better be aware of the new account, the details. I like the C trader though. It just adds straight account. Okay, so we're dealing with a O2. So, yeah. Basically, I guess you can pre-assign the lot size to enter as of this point, basically. And how I'm gonna do that is, so we'll be entering about here, and then the stop loss that we would want, right? So if you just put the playable range tool about there, because like this is just this just is expanded to somewhat of a decent playable range, because this is the playable range. To this in play trends previous at and push. Now, this is a really like difficult thing, because I mean you've got like a choppy market auction here of how participants have been trading like today, but then if you like place your stop loss even here, look at all this range down here, you know, it's like, but then if you go to the 1 hour, yeah, so hopefully this bar closes like that, that'd be brilliant. If you go to the 1 hour, yeah, maybe he's... like that's a huge stop loss relative to this market auction, you know. Oh god. That's a 40 figure. It's not even a 40, it's even more. If you just zoom in on this market auction at hand, right? The in-frame chart perspective zoom. And then you look, yeah, okay, so this stop loss is maybe too big. You I mean, this is the initial stop loss. So if you want it, you at least want to be 30 pips. You honestly probably want to do something about this, to be fair, actually. Like, any more is, like, so if we just, so this is, like, because I would have had to make this decision real time anyway, right? And it would have been quite iffy. I probably would just, you know, I'd probably stick it about here, you know. That was where my eye immediately drew to. And that's giving it enough room, and then you can still target a 1-to-1 easily for this high. You know, I mean, even if you had it there, it's not much. Yeah, to be fair, right, you probably want to just accept your loss about here. Maybe it's about there, right? So yeah, you want to go for 40 pip stop. Yeah. So we'll want to go for a 40 pipper. So, and then that would result in a 1-to-1 for the high. So that's what I mean. That's what I was referring to just before, of how we could easily get clipped and then it could reverse. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because you do have this resistance area here, which this stop loss would cover. And then we also trade relative based on the 15-minute, right? So like once we've done the direction, we'll look for the inter-session liquidity sweep, which we got below Asia, below Frankfurt. But anyway, what would be in any way based on the way that I was looking to enter, like with just no inter-session liquidity sweep, you'd get that anyway by just like waiting for the 1 hour setup appropriately and then looking for the 15 atomic bar close. And then anyway, I guess I'll quickly calculate this. So just for the people who don't know how to actually do this, which is fine, you know, I once upon a time didn't know, I had to learn. But anyway, to calculate the risk, you simply, all you do is you do the amount you want to risk divided by your stop loss. Shit. 1 sec. Divided by hang on, actually. So want to risk 2%. Divided by the stop loss size. $0.00399. And then that amount, that whatever number pops up, divided by the contract factor, which for euro dollar is, oops, well, I've just fucked it up. Yeah, so yeah, which is 100k, but I'm just going to quickly do it again. So risked amount divided by stop loss size, 399, equals, that number pops up, divide by 100k. Yes, so that is our lot size that we need. Okay. So if the market comes down to here, basically, I'll enter. But I mean, I'm not going to bother closing my position in and waiting again. I'm just going to hold this one out. This is just going to either rally up or not, or dump. It's so tempting to like close out and then try and get a better entry, but then like it just takes off and it's like, oh god. So how did the 1 hour close? I think I'll just keep my entry. I can't lie. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my entry. It's not that bad, and even if it comes down, I'm like, yeah, I could have closed here. I could have got in about here. Well, that's the case. At least we'll get in on the fresh account. Okay. Ah, yeah, that's what I was gonna do, and then I need to go to the gym, so I'll just set an alert on this line actually. Yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly place my take profits a bit better. Yeah, so I'm literally hovering at my break even right now. How does this the 5 minute look like? Ooh. probably get a better entry here actually. Oh god. No, I'm not buggering around again. I am just gonna stick it out. This is so that's gonna do whatever it's gonna fucking do. This. Just place it about there. Yeah, so it's finding support at my break even. So if I had closed out waiting for lower, I would be in a bit of distress right now because I'd be getting an even worse price. But obviously, I'm referring to this moment in time because it could easily just dump right now. So yeah, this is just the game of trading, man. It's like, you know, you got to understand what you're dealing with and the uncertainty. Yeah, so actually, in actual fact, is this our funded 50k? I don't even know. Because we've actually got a decent entry on, I think, the first account that we got. No, the first account we executed on. We were actually entered at 95 on this, which, well, on this chart it doesn't look that much better, but we got in about here, where my pointer is. Maybe he's oh, I'm on the 15 minute, 5 minute. We got in about there. Yeah. Well, that account's fine. Oh shit! By accidentally moved my stop with my hand. That wouldn't have been good. Yeah, so on this account, we stop it there. Yeah, I'm not willing to lose any more than that. I'm willing to accept that. Plus, I mean, it's already been bid up quite a bit, you know. It's like, if it comes on there, it's like, I mean, it's still valid in my opinion. That's why, like, but then again, it's not too far off till here, and then that's the actual stop loss placement. So, yeah. So we've got like a full TP like here basically, and I'm just wondering if I should just take it here. Like, yeah, I think I should actually. So that falls in just above that. Yeah, there we go. So that's like a couple dollars less, and then that could be the make or break it. So yeah, that's it done. So this is a live trade, and if it comes down to here, we're gonna re-enter again. That's it.